But no, long story short, I took all these rocks and I put them in my backpack.
Yeah.
Then I got through TSA, and TSA worker,
Well, you didn't get through TSA. That's the thing.
he did one of those, what's in here? I cut my own hair.
I know. I was just gonna say that because I can tell. I
And-
saw him after he had bangs. He came out of the bathroom. He had
bangs.
literal
I
bangs.
fucked it up even more. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't know about you, but there were points where I was like, I don't even want a wedding anymore.
Thank you so much for coming back to another episode of Difficult Dish. We're in this episode. We're just talking about where we've been. Okay, we've been MIA. We had the season finale. We've been busy. Here's what we've been busy with. Me, I was traveling. I was overseas 11 days out in lots of places, hosteling it out. You want to hear my hostel adventure stories? Stay tuned. You want to hear about Mo's new mural she painted? Crazy mural. Multi-piece dimensional mural. If you want to know about that, keep on listening. We, if you didn't know, are planning our little nikah ceremony, having a little Islamic wedding, whatnot, planning our marriage. If you want to hear how that marriage planning, golly, a lot to say about that. All right, so stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for personal realizations I've had myself about my friendships, about my life. Keep on listening to this amazing episode of Difficult Dish. Starting now. Thank you so much for coming back to another episode of
Difficult
Difficult
Dish.
Dish. Podcast about South Asian areas is hosted by myself right here. I'm so sorry. It's hosted by my co-host right here next to me.
Mahua Khan, and this is my co-host right
I'm
here.
the co-host right here, Mashin Munir. Before we get for the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, rate the podcast, review the podcast, do all of that because
Guess what?
we're back.
We're back.
OMG.
I know you missed us.
Did you? Hope so. You didn't have a single thought of us.
We're a little rusty with
We're a
the
little
talking.
rusty. Yeah, I haven't talked
I know
since the last
the
episode.
Since the last episode,
It's
we
my first time
genuinely have
seeing
not
her in
talked.
so long.
Yeah.
What's going on, buddy? Anything
I'm good,
new?
buddy. I hope you
Yeah?
guys liked the last episode. You know, the start to the season with our dear friend Zinat, who talked about her boxing journey.
Yeah, that was a good
going
one.
to the Olympics while working at Google, literally working at Google.
Crazy. Yeah, my hair was so long in that podcast. I don't like to look at it. So if you watched it or don't look at me, okay?
But he did
Focus
cut
on
his
everyone
own
else.
hair recently.
I did cut my own hair. I'll tell you guys.
There's
the
no
story.
need for that because he lives in New York. Like, there's so many barbers here. Like, we're really
you
known
don't
for
get
it
If you know,
too.
you know, you know. Yes, like you're saying. Like if you know, you know, you know.
When did I say that?
Anything new? What's going on?
So much is new. So
Yeah.
much is new.
Yeah.
But like, what can I start with? You know? Yeah. But what's going on with you?
Yeah, I'm just out here.
Oh, I noticed that there's a ring on your
Yeah,
finger.
yeah. Shorty got me a ring. If you guys can see.
But
It's
that's
a nice,
that's
like,
on your left hand on your ring finger.
Yeah, yeah.
What
yeah.
does that mean? Anyway, how are you?
Yeah, I'm just out here. Just living the life, you know. Yeah, New York City. I just came back from some travels.
Oh,
Did some traveling. If you guys listened to the last episode, you guys would have known. Follow me on the gram, you would have seen me outside.
barely.
What?
They would have barely seen you outside.
Yeah, no, I did some
You
dumps
don't really
here
post
and
like that.
there. I did some dumps here and there.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, man, I was outside. I was doing a little
you go?
big traveling. Good question. It's a good question. I went to Barcelona.
Barcelona.
Then I went to Lanzarote. You don't even know about that. Then I went to Malaga.
Mm.
And I also had a layover in Lisbon. I wanted to go outside, but I was a little too tired. So
Yeah.
didn't do
I mean, with the flights you had, I would expect that too.
yeah, I had some wild flights, but I had like crazy energy like the whole time I was there. Like
Yeah.
I feel like I did not sleep at all, but I was just out and about, just
Yeah.
making it happen, you know.
But also, like, now you get the Europe hype.
I get it. I get why people like Europe. It's cool, like, cause growing up my whole life, I grew up in Florida. I grew up around Latin people my whole life, and I got it from them. Like they would shit on Europe all the time, and like they just made me like have this thought before I can even formulate my own thoughts about Europe. They just always told me, "Oh, come to Caribbean, come to Latin America, whatever." And so I just grew up with like this idea that like Europe is just, there's literally nothing there. There's no culture there. And like, I feel like a lot of us grow up thinking that because, Europe, white people, like a lot of these like Eastern European countries, they all look the same to us.
It's like
sound the same to us.
romanticized too.
Like the only things I was ever into was like Italy and Paris and London. That's
Okay,
it.
so 3 places.
But like those cities, like I was never interested in like any of like going outside of those cities or whatever. But I feel like everyone has those same interests. But yeah, I mean, long story short, like I went out there and like, granted, I only went to Spain, but like I met a lot of like people from like all across Europe, and like they're cool people. You know, they're cool. They're like, you know, chill people. You know.
I
Like,
remember like when we were FaceTiming every day, you would be just like relaxing so much, and you'd be at the beach and just like, you know, being by the water.
that was one day. Come on.
No, I know it's not one. I know it's one day, but like you went specifically to Malaga to be by the beach, and
I went to Lanzarote to be by the
Lanzarote,
beach.
yeah, to be by the beach.
Yeah, no, I rented a car, and you know, I just whipped it around the little island. So Lanzarote is one of the Canary Islands. It's always been like one of my dream destinations to visit ever since I was like a kid in geography class. I remember when I first learned about the Canary Islands, I was like, whoa, like it's so crazy because it's like a group of islands and they're all like volcanic islands. They're all like super. They're kind of like Hawaii.
He went by himself, by the way. It was a
yeah, I was
trip.
dolo. And yeah, I rented a little whippity whip, and you know, I just cracking around the island, just having a good time.
No, my
driving
favorite
up
part,
volcanoes, down mountains.
like he had such a good time where like I gave him a sunscreen stick. He came back and it was all used. I asked for it back today, and it's like gone.
It's almost.
And then also like he had one of those days where he drove over to the beach, and his itinerary for the day was just to relax at the beach.
Mm-hmm.
And he like called me after that day, and he's like, "Such a long day, like."
Yeah.
You know, I'm so tired, like, you know,
it
just
drains you. It drains you.
going
you know,
back
dipping
and forth
out the water, and because like people don't talk about this enough, like because like the waves are aggressive, right? So you gotta like fight to like, you know, enjoy the water. It's not all just glitz and glamour, and just calm waters. You know, like it's Mother Nature. You know, it's abrasive sometimes. You gotta fight against it. And so when these waves are crashing, I have to. I have to exert some energy.
He was really having a soft girl fall because like. The old him, like, I was telling him, I was like, do you remember when we made a whole episode on how we hate vacations? How we hate resting? Like, if you guys go back to our first ever few episodes, back in, like, 2022, we literally, or was it 2021? I can't remember.
Yeah.
We talked about just how difficult and guilty we felt with resting and taking vacations. And not to say we don't feel like that still. It's just the comparison between then old you versus now is amazing.
But it's also like the reasons why like are still there. Like it's not like it's disappeared. I just tried to suppress it, you know. It's just like the guilt and like, you know, driving around just wishing that like, you know, my mom was there and whatnot. All those feelings like it's still there, but you know, I tried to just like suppress them and like enjoy a little bit of my own time, you know. So yeah, you know, I was just outside Canary Islands and then Barcelona, you know.
You want to talk about the rocks?
Huh?
You want to talk about the rocks?
Nah, so I'm like a real like I'm how do I say this? Like I don't always remember to get gifts for people. I'm not a good gift giver. I'm not. Transparently, you know. But you know, every now and then like I'll have like a burst of you know, just like a remembrance like, oh, I should get something for people that I love. And I realized when I was at this specific beach in Lanzarote. It's a very famous beach. It's called Playa del Papagayo. It's right on like
What'd you say?
Playa del Papagayo.
Papagayo.
It's right on like the bottom left corner of the island, right? Such a beautiful beach, like inside like these like big sheetrock kind of like small mountains, and so I was in there, and then when I was there I realized that this is one of my favorite places I've ever been to in my life, you know. Like name 3 of your favorite places in the world. I'll name 3 of mine. That's one of them, right? My neighborhood lake is one of them, and Gantry Park with you is one of them.
With me, that's a good one.
What about you? Just you don't gotta think about it. Just
Gantry is one of my favorite.
All right.
I really liked my trip to Mexico, to Cancun.
Nah, but like a place. You can't say a resort.
Oh my god,
you don't even remember the name of the resort. It gotta be something like special.
Yeah,
like
Dorado Royal. El Dorado Royal. I really liked the monkey bars on top of my elementary school.
That's good. See, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. So yeah, I was there and I was like, wow, I wish I could like share this with people. Then I saw these rocks. I was like, I gotta get some. So I didn't even grab a handful. I picked and choose. I was like, okay, that rock reminds me of my sister because it's like a little chunky and it's a little, you know. And then that rock reminds me of Soham because it's like a little slim and a little, you know, lanky. And so I got all these rocks.
Wait, what's the rock that you picked specifically for me?
I got like a nice, beautiful, like wifey material type of rock. You know, like one of those. Like, yes, that one looks like a wife. And I got that one, and then I collected all these rocks. And
my favorite part was that like he FaceTimed me, like not when he was collecting the rocks. Well, yeah, he was collecting the rocks too, but I think it was like right before that. He FaceTimed me and like put me on the ground with all the rocks, and then he went to go sit in like a volcanic. What was it, like a volcanic like circle or something?
Yeah,
surrounded by rocks.
Yeah.
So it was like a dome surrounded by these big rocks.
Yeah.
And he just sat in the middle of it.
Yeah.
And he just put the phone down, and he just like.
Just to show you, like,
just
where
to
I'm
show
at.
me where.
But that's not where I got the rocks though.
Mm.
That's another like volcanic
another
beach.
okay.
Another like, you know.
Yeah, there's so many now. I can't even keep track.
But no, long story short, I took all these rocks and I put them in my backpack, and then on my flight to my next city.
He was so excited, guys.
I was so excited to share all these rocks with him. Yeah, I picked and chose. And
he like called me again on the car ride like to the airport, showing me his rocks. He almost forgot them in the car because they were like, you know.
Yeah, almost forgot them in the car, but I remember them. Yeah. Then I got through TSA, and TSA worker.
Well, you didn't get through TSA. That's the thing.
He did one of those, you know. What's in here? I said some rocks. He said no. I said ¿por qué? He said the island is a natural reserve.
Goddamn
like,
colonizer came and tried to
you're,
like
you're like, it's illegal to like take things away from. I was like, it's a rock. It's not like I'm not taking like a plant or a seed. You know, those like it's like a living. This is a non-living thing. This is just an inanimate object.
Yeah.
He said no, can do. I got so sad. I tried to fight for them, but yeah, couldn't get those rocks.
Well, that's also considered a weapon.
Huh?
It's also considered a weapon.
Anything could goddamn be a weapon. You know?
You should have brought some pebbles. I told you to go to your next city and just
scared
pick up.
too. I was scared.
We're
taken away again. But nah, that was Lanzarote, and then I mean I hosteled it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thoughts on that?
Hosteling is cool, you know.
No, I think this is only cool for guys. It's not the same for girls.
No, it's not. I think it's the same.
Well, I also stayed at a hostel when I went to Amsterdam, but it was a solo hostel where I was by myself.
Yeah.
Which you did do in one of the cities, right? And I really liked the solo hostel because I had my own space, even though it was tiny. And then I also got the perks of being with other people for community events in the hostel. But I don't know. Like, I mean, I've never tried it, so I can't really knock it. But I don't know if I would try like a communal hostel.
I understand the safety thing. That's always a concern, especially for women. I get it. But like nowadays, with like how advanced hostels have become, like I'm not saying it never happens. Obviously, like there's a chance that like you have a room with someone that isn't the safest or the nicest, whatever. It's always a chance, but like it's extremely low. Like everyone that I ever meet is like sweethearts. Like all the guys are like.
But you said that you can't sleep properly.
Okay, let me get to the pros and cons, right? So all the pros, right? Amazing pros. Like I'd hosteled before, and I didn't have a great time. And I think why? Because before I went on this trip, like before I got to Barcelona or like on my plane right there, I had like internal dialogue, and I was like, okay, like for these next 10, 11 days, like I'm going to be an outgoing human. I'm not going to be tucked away.
I'm glad that you had that mindset.
I'm not going to try to be, you know, any sort of way. Like I'm like going to create initiative. I'm going to be proactive. I'm not going to wait around for things to come to me. And I'm just going to put myself out there because I'm fucking like, this is not my home. This like I literally have nothing to lose. Like, let me just go out there. And it's not that I'm not that type of person. I just have to remind myself like to be that sometimes.
I think that's
normal.
So
yeah, then you know I've hosteled out before, but I've gone to hostels like not being super like being a little timid. You know, like because like when you're at a hostel, sometimes like you're scared to like you know like peek out of your bed or like walk around the hostel because like you're just like a little timid. You know, a little. It's natural to be like introverted like that. But this time I went to the hostel like as if like it was like my second week there, you know, like that I kind of like knew everything and like knew how everything went. And like yeah, I mean like I don't want to waste too much time talking about like all my experiences, but like I made so many cool friends. I went out literally every single night that I was staying at the hostel. It was like my first night there I was out till 5 a.m. Like the second night there I wasn't out late because I had an early flight, but like when I was in Malaga both nights I was just out really late, just like hang out with people. So yeah, man, hostels are cool. The con is that obviously like sleeping is weird because you know people got a 5 a.m. alarm because they forgot to turn off their alarm, and then people got a 7 a.m. alarm because someone wants to start their day at 7 a.m. Then someone got a 9 a.m. alarm because they got a flight at 10 a.m. So
that would be the end of me.
Yeah,
that'd be
that
it
part.
for me.
And then you got people sneezing, snoring, you know, like
farting, shitting away.
I didn't say all that, did I? Did I say any of that?
No, that would be the end of me. Like,
but yeah, no.
I'm trying to finally relax after a 10-hour jet lag time difference, and then there's 20 alarms going off.
Yeah.
Sleep.
Yeah.
No, that'd be it for me.
Yeah,
and a communal bathroom, that'd be it for me. And you didn't even have like water shoes.
Water shoes?
Like the bathtub shoes.
What the hell?
You just raw dogged in a communal bathroom.
Nah, so the ways that are separate, it's like there's the bathroom with like the toilets, and then like the showers are separate.
Like
so
you have your own shower then.
No, like there's a shower room, you know?
Okay, so
Where
it's still
there's,
a
like,
communal bathroom.
Yeah, but I got my Berkeys on. My Berkeys.
While you're showering?
No, not while you're showering.
That's what I'm saying.
And there's also like there are cleaners that are cleaning like multiple times a day.
Oh my god.
Like these are not like unkept places.
And then when you come back
I'm
with
not
Ebola, then
I'm
what?
not that broke. See, you're one of the people that should not be should not stay at a hostel.
I'm so glad you took that trip. Like, Mashnun he's done solo trips in the past before, but in the last like 2 years especially, he hasn't really done many of that. Like many of those. Like he has gone to Florida and things like that to see his family, and then he'll go to like Miami with his friends because it's close to Orlando, but he hasn't done.
Yeah, I haven't gone anywhere other than like Bangladesh almost 2 years ago.
that's
the truth. The only
that's just you come back to
the only place I've
homeland.
been is like Orlando and Atlanta to hang out with my sister.
Yeah.
That's it. But yeah, no, that's my
Gotcha.
life. Overall, I'd give it a.
Don't ask for a rating.
I'd give it like a good like 8.5 out of 10.
Yeah.
I spent too much money. Too much.
Well, you got a whole fish to yourself when you ordered that one meal.
I did order a fish. Yeah.
And then you got all
I
these
didn't even mean to
trinkets
do
for
that.
us.
Yeah, I got trinkets. And I rented a car. I missed that car. That was a good car. But yeah, and you're just out here.
Yeah.
That's my life. Sorry for spending 20 minutes talking about my life.
No, I thought.
But what about you? Or I mean, what else can we talk about? What's going on? You painted a mural.
I just
You wanna
finished.
talk about?
I just finished a mural.
Talk about it.
Yeah, it's a mural that I painted for my friend's store, Pio Chai.
Yeah.
I painted their first store back in 2020, I believe, and then I painted their second store in 2022 or 3, and now this is the third store in 2025.
Yeah.
And this is opening in Steinway, Queens, so it's very close to all of the people in Queens, and I'm just so excited for this one to open because it is the largest project that I've ever done. And it's been like in fruition for such a long time. Like he's been talking about opening a store in Queens for definitely over a year, if not years. And the fact that it's actually like coming to life soon is just wild, And painting murals is actually like how I started my Instagram and like my journey online, because I started off as just an artist, and it's just crazy that like my journey kind of started with their original location, and now here I am 5 years later still with them and like growing together. But like I was like definitely very nervous and anxious about this project because again it was like the largest one that I've ever done.
Yeah.
And I was so close to saying no.
Why?
But because like it was just such a big project where I didn't know if I would be capable of doing it again, like outdoing my past projects.
Right.
And also I just get really bad back pain. So like I didn't know if I would be able to like stay up and be balanced on like whatever object I'm standing on for the what happened with your voice just now?
I'm so sorry.
Those. But yeah, so just like so many different like fears in my head, and also the fact that even though I'm an artist still, I'm more of a designer now with clothing. And
True.
since I'm not in the practice of painting as much anymore and like, being a traditional painter or artist, I just was like doubting my skills. So the only reason I really said yes was because it's my friend's store. And I was like, okay, I've done his stores before, and like, what's the worst that can happen? Like, let me just try it. And it took a couple months to even finalize a sketch and just the idea and theme for this project. But yeah, it's finally done after a couple of months, and I'm so excited. I had to actually say no. I had to say no to another project.
Yeah, too many projects.
It was a brownstone townhouse building in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
That I accepted, but then I had to go back and reject it because I just had so much on
I
my
got
plate.
a question.
Yeah.
So you painted a mural for your friend's business.
Yeah.
How do you go about like the conversation of like being adequately like compensated like by your friend? Like do you ask for like a little less? Do you ask for more? Like
I asked for less.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like brown people are also like do me a favor.
Yeah.
Da, da, da.
I think it really depends with who the person is and how close you are to them. Like, for close friends that I'm doing something for, like if it's my best friend or someone, you know, like my friend who I did this mural for, like I know their character and I know that they would pay me more because they know how much work I put into it and they trust my judgment, my work. They value my work, you know. But out of respect for my relationship with them, I don't overcharge or charge them my usual amount. So yeah, usually I like, we talk about it and I do less.
Nice.
And they usually like give me a good amount anyway.
Shout out to you.
Yeah. How about you?
Kind heart.
You charge
double that.
Double
I
that.
need that.
You would never do that. That's not even true.
I need that, my boy.
That's not even true.
No, yeah, that's not true at all.
You would actually give it to them for free.
Yeah.
You've been doing so good with like maintaining friends.
Yeah, I've been putting in like effort. I'm actually hanging out with a friend tonight.
Tonight?
Yeah.
Since when?
Since like an hour ago.
I didn't know this.
Yeah, he hit me up. He was like, "Yo, hookah at 7."
What the heck? I didn't know this.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah. This is actually a great transition to something that I want to discuss.
Tell me.
I'm not good at maintaining friendships.
Okay.
And I've come down to like one of like the root causes of it.
Tell me.
Growing up my whole life in Florida, like throughout like my teen years and like my high school years, and I feel like a lot of people also experience this. Like I always knew that I wanted to move to New York one day. And so because of that, I treated like my life in Florida as temporary life. And I looked at a lot of people in my life as like temporary people, you know? So I grew up there. I was involved in like the art community in Orlando, and I met tons of people. I made a lot of like acquaintance friendships, but I never like even tried to grow any friendships or like maintain anything because I knew I was not going to be there long term. So like it reminds me of like all these times when I moved out in Orlando and I was in school and I was like invested in a community, and I would have people kind of hit me up like, oh, like come to the coffee shop, like come to let's go here, and I would always just shut down anything because I was like, one, because I was busy, but that's not an excuse, like I couldn't make time to hang out with someone, but mostly because like I knew I was not going to be there, so I didn't even care, you know. And I look back at so many people that I could have made like grew a cool friendship with, but I just didn't. So when I move up to New York, like, and now being in New York and now knowing that like this is kind of like the place that I want to be for some time, I've tried to start making like these meaningful friendships with people and relationships with people, but I've realized that the people that are in New York are also looking to be here temporarily. So a lot of these people that I'm interacting with have the same mentality that I had when I was in Florida. So I feel like a lot of time when like I go out to an event or like, you know, even working at the coffee shop, like I saw this a lot, like people, it does not feel like people out here are looking for meaningful friendships. It may be different for women, like girl to girl, there might be a different situation, but at least like guy to guy, a lot of people here either have their group of friends from like back at home or like wherever, like they have their group of people and they're not accepting more people into their group. And two, like it's like it's a weird thing over here to like, you know, I feel like in Florida it's so normal to just talk to something, like you sit down at a coffee shop and you fucking just chop it up with the person next to you. Whereas over here, I feel like if you were to try to chop it up with someone, like the only thing they're thinking is like, why is this guy talking to me? What does he want? What's going on? Especially if it's like a guy to a girl, like that's definitely the only thing she's thinking about. Whereas like in Florida, that's not what goes on in your head. Like people there are just like seeing it as a normal thing. Like you're walking down the street and you just start talking to someone on the street. It is normal. That is abnormal here. And yeah, I think like my realization was that like the people here have the mentality that I had like when I was in Florida, because like it's New York City. A lot of people here are not looking to stay here long term. A lot of people here are treating the city as like their transitional times, and you know, like they're thinking like, oh, I'm not going to be here for long term. It doesn't matter to, you know, why am I going to waste my time talking to people? I'm here to work and to network and whatever. But and I think that's why it's been like really hard for me to make friends here, because I realized I just like I a lot of people here have the mentality that I had growing up, and at the same time, I'm yapping now. I'm sorry, but like at the same time, it really makes me like regret the way that I treated my time in Florida. Like I look back at it, I'm like, man, like I could have became cool with so many people, but I just didn't. And like they are probably thinking they have the mindset that I have now, which is like they plan on staying there, so they're gonna try to make friends. But then they see like a dickhead like me, who like is not giving them any sort of like attention or like any sort of like interaction or whatever. And yeah, you know, I've just realized that, and I think like I don't know if that helps me make more friends, but I think it makes me more intentional with like trying to reach out to people, texting people back better, like both in New York and in Florida.
But I think now that when you do see your Florida friends or go back home or they come here, like you're a lot more intentional with hanging out with them and seeing them and maintaining that friendship instead of just taking it for granted. Yeah. And what I've realized, I think you feel like that these friendships are temporary and that these people aren't going to stay that long in New York, because some of the friends that you have they didn't grow up here, like they moved here from somewhere else. Yeah. Like for me, a lot of my friends are born and raised here. Yeah. And I don't see them or hear them talking about moving anywhere else because their family's here. And like for you and the other people that you're friends with who moved here from somewhere else, like their families are at that other place. Yeah. So it makes sense for them wanting to go back. Yeah. You know. Exactly. But it's good that you had that realization, and you should still, like, you know, that you don't want to just take any friendship for granted. Yeah, and I just like it, like if anyone is experiencing something similar to this, I just advise people, like, even if you plan on moving somewhere else, like give the people in your hometown like your time and attention, like, because there's no reason not to. Just because you're leaving one day does not mean, like, I'm not saying fucking invest your whole heart into something, but like don't just disregard people that actually want to maybe spend some time with you or like do something with you because you don't know if it's going to work out long term. Because like that's not the way to carry out like human relationships. You don't. Yeah. That's like the definition of like only hang out with someone if it like makes sense. Like, but no, honestly, I realized that like that Southern hospitality shit is so real. Like it's so real. Like anybody that I do like click with up here, they're from the South, because they're just like so much easier to talk to, and they don't have all these like preconceived notions in their head about like what is the point of this. I hate people that treat life like that. You know, and I say that because like I did that. Yeah. I used to be that, and this is why I'm saying like this is such a big realization that I've had over the last couple months, where like I get upset with myself because I was like that, and I never even realized that I was living life like that. And like I realized that like that wasn't really who I am. I feel like who I am at the core is like the guy that could just chop it up with anybody, you know. But I fight against that internally so much because like I convinced myself for so long that like there has to be a point of like, and I have to be like, you know, if I'm not getting anything out of this, why am I doing this? Yeah. You know. And like I try to, yeah, I'm just yapping at this point. So I mean, my advice, just don't take human interaction that serious, you know, because like we're all just like people that are all just trying to figure it out together. And you know, it's good to be nice. It's good to just it's not good to be a dick. It's not good to be closed off. You know, it doesn't allow good energy to come to you. I've been saying. Yeah. I've been saying. Facts shit. You like understand like where I've been coming from now, or what you mean? Like you know, just like open up a little bit more. Yeah. But yeah. No, yeah, chill guy. Anything else? Anything else going on in your life? 100K? Yeah, I just hit 100K. 100K? But yeah, doing a lot of wedding planning stuff. We decided that we want to do some like artistic DIYs to make it feel very us. Yeah. We are, you know, just like adding in my art side, your poetry side, the specific like themes that we like in our relationship, and just things like that, which has made it a lot harder to do things, because it's obviously harder when you do it yourself. Obviously, if we just hired like a decorator and a coordinator and then also an event planner, things would have been so much easier. Obviously, the bank account would have gotten a lot more depleted, but it would have been easier to not have to worry about it, right? But since we are making, you know, like the welcome sign and the nikah contract and, you know, the the signage and like everything just on our own to make it more personal, it's been just a lot.
Yeah.
You know? So.
Heard you.
Yeah, that's what we've been doing the past few months.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the last few weeks have been very stressful. And, yeah, we finally secured a venue.
Yeah, we got
finally secured the vendors.
Yeah, we got some.
And, yeah, we're doing it.
We're going to have food.
We're going to have food. Can you imagine?
Food.
They just come and it's just us.
We'll feed our guests.
We'll feed our guests.
And we will be wearing nice things.
Yeah.
We've got outfits. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
He comes in jorts. I told him, I was like, I'll make you a custom, like, you know, the pagri with the little turban thing. I'll make you a custom, like, pagri with the cap. So it's like a backwards cap.
That's not true.
It is true.
See, that's why I don't like when you play with feelings, you know, like that's something that I would take.
I told you, I wrote down your hat size and everything in my notes app. But my mom and my aunt they've been going hard with the planning and the shopping.
Yeah.
Because I think they're just really excited to host this guy hulud before the wedding. And so they've been buying like all these gifts and, you know, finding the right baskets and furnishing the new home to make it all welcoming and everything for your family.
Yeah.
And they're just like really excited.
Yeah.
You know?
You know, I think one thing that we don't talk about too much, I guess talked about, but I feel like one thing we don't talk about a lot is like the effects of like you getting married has on like your parents, like especially like your mom. You know, I feel like it's obviously a very difficult situation for your mom. Difficult, like not like that, but like difficult like internally, because you know you are letting go of your child, and it is like the stamp that they are like now grown up, especially if it's like the last of your kids to get married, you know, then it's like a real like damn, like the first one hurts and then like the last one hurts, you know. So it's yeah, and I feel like throughout like the planning process we expect so much out of them, and like we expect them to do this and do that and be hands-on with this and that, and like apart from like them being stressed out, it is like a lot for them to intake as well, you know, and like just they have all these thoughts probably in their head about like everything that I just mentioned, you know. And like I feel like we don't like speak enough about like the empathy that we are supposed to have with our mothers as we are like going about like this wedding planning process, because you know it's our wedding, the focus is just going to be on us, we are just thinking about us, what we want, how we feel, our moment, rightfully so, you know, it's ours. But it's like it's hard to plan for something that is for you and like also like give the right amount of like feeling and attention to like the other people that are affected by it as well, you know. So yeah, I think my mom is kind of not masking the fact that this is like the actual wedding for her daughter by buying all this stuff and like keeping herself busy, and I'm like, she's obviously excited and she's doing it because like she needs to, time is running out, but that's why I feel like it hits the parents the most, like during the actual like entrance part of the ceremony or the exit part. But yeah, it's I feel like I'd be a mess as a parent, like I already know. You know, prepare for like the day of like yeah, your mom's just gonna be I know. She's gonna be going through it. I did a little makeup trial on my mom to show her what style she should do for the wedding. And I told her to like write it down. And she was like repeating the steps back to me. But she already forgot like while I was doing it, while she was repeating it. And I was like, what was the point of this then? No, that's okay. But yeah, do you feel like there's any like negative parts of wedding planning that no one really talks about? What do you mean? I mean, I don't know about you, but there were points where I was like, I don't even want a wedding anymore. What the? Yeah, it's just stressful. It's just like, no, I get that. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot. Like even when I went dress shopping, you have this like fairy tale expectation in your mind where you think that dress shopping and finding the right one is gonna feel like this princess moment, like, oh my god, I found the one. You know, like you see those videos of people trying on those bridal dresses, all their family and girlfriends are around them, they're all crying when you walk out of the dressing room, they see themselves in the mirror,
you're also crying, and you feel like that's the right one. Like, you just know immediately, right? So, like, I had this fairy tale expectation in my head where I just thought that when I tried on the dress, I would just, like, feel like a bride, you know? And I just tried on, I mean, in the end of the day, like, I didn't try on so many in comparison to most people, just because, like, I'm the type of person where I'm like, I can make anything look good. So I tried on, like, a couple, and I just wasn't feeling that. And also the short time frame, and the price points. Obviously, there's so many expensive ones as well. And also, I just, like, was getting so overstimulated with, like, all of the pieces that I had to try on and whatever. I just, like, didn't feel like that. Like, I remember one of the days I went back to try on a dress again because I really liked it, which ended up being the dress that I got. And I was, like, literally crying before going in because I went by myself to this try on because, like, no one was with me. No one was free. My best friend and my mom went the day before, but the next day no one was free. And I was also pissed off at my mom because she wasn't a fan of the dress. And it was just, like, such a weird, bittersweet feeling because it's like, oh my God, I'm about to go on and potentially buy this dress that I thought would make me look like a bride, that I thought was, like, the best one out of all of the other ones. But also, like, no one's here with me to experience this moment. And also, I don't actually, like, feel, like, completely like a bride, you know? So there was just, like, so many moments where I'm just like, is this, like, a made up thing, you know? And then I had to text your sister, and then I talked to my best friend about it because her sister got married, and I asked her how she felt. And, like, they were basically just telling me that they didn't feel like it either until the day of their actual weddings. And they had, like, the full jewelry and, like, the makeup and everything on them, and all their friends were around them helping them helping the person get ready. And I was just like, what the hell? Like, no one wanted to warn me? Or it's like, who's lying? You know? It's just such a crazy feeling.
Yeah.
I don't know. But for guys, are so easy. Like, you went shopping. Me and him and my mom went shopping. He tried on, like, 3 Sherwanis. Yeah. And then he found the one. Yeah. In the first store. Yeah. What the hell?
I'm not picky. I cut my own hair.
I know. I was just gonna say that because I can tell.
Yeah, I went to a barbershop. So if y'all don't know, I fly to Orlando to get my hair cut.
Okay, the way you make it seem like is that
that
you fly.
Should be the episode.
No.
The title of the
you
episode.
make it seem like you fly exclusively to Orlando.
It's called clickbaiting.
Every 3 months to get your hair cut. He gets a haircut every 7 months. Like, this isn't, like, a frequent thing.
Nah, I'd get it done pretty often.
Let's not lie. No. The last haircut you had was, like...
I only get my haircut when I'm in Orlando because, you know, my barber is my dog. And I got my haircut one time in New York, like, a year and a half ago, and I hated it, and I just never did it again. In some place in Corona. Remember I walked over there?
Oh, yeah.
But, you know, I wasn't planning on going to Orlando anytime soon. And I needed a haircut really bad. Y'all seen the last episode. Godly. Just looking at that made me depressed. So I went to a barbershop, and he did me dirty, y'all.
That's not true.
He did me dirty.
That's not true. He looked fine coming back.
Because my issue is, like, I'm not getting no fade. I'm not getting no taper. I'm getting a scissor cut. And the problem is that I've explained this to you. My guys will understand this, right? When you have, like, medium length hair like I do, and you need to get your hair cut, you can't go to a barbershop because the Dominicanos and the Boricuas, they only know how to use clippers, right? I'm not getting no clipper cut. I need a scissor cut, right? But these barbers don't know how to use scissors. So, but I don't want to go to the salon either, especially in New York City. $80.
That's normal.
$85.
That's literally normal.
Disgusting.
It's literally normal.
I'm not doing all that because
guys, how much do you guys pay for your haircuts?
I come from paying $10 for my haircut. Well, that's what I come from.
Where are you going, Bangladesh?
Okay, and, like, it went to 15, 20. 20 was cool. I was at 20 for a while, and I'm at 40 in Orlando. Steep, but I do it because I trust my dog, you know? But, so, like, I tried out a place here. I found out someone that, like, has done scissor cuts before, so I went. He fucked me up, man. He fucked me up. So I came home and I like attempted to like fix it myself.
I saw him after he had bangs. He came out of the bathroom. He had literal bangs.
I fucked it up even more. I'm not gonna lie. Like I was able to mask how much I fucked it up, but like me knowing myself.
How about for a wedding, you don't give yourself a haircut and you figure out how to get your core haircut from
Florida? If there's anyone, any barber that's scissor savvy in New York City that wants to give me my wedding cut, DM us. I'm accepting applications. Just come with some references.
Can you imagine putting out a Google form for this?
We could talk.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's about it.
Yeah, that's where we've been for the last month and a half. You know, just planning this wedding, traveling. He's studying for God knows what. He's booked and busy. Yeah. I've been planning a new collection.
Yeah, that's true.
I've been finishing a mural and planning an event. Like so many different things at the same time. But guess what?
What?
We end up doing it at the end of the day.
Oh,
we're hyperventilating and crying, but we end up doing it at the end of the day. That's what we get for being just so like
perfect.
Well, yeah, but just so ambitious. Like we want to do everything at the same time.
That's a good word.
And
How dare we?
You know.
How dare we? That's a good word.
Yeah.
Yeah. Carpe diem. Seize the day.
Oh.
Seize the day. Y'all heard of that one? Thank you so much for listening to this episode. Difficult Touch. Please like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hear the podcast, review the podcast.
Let us know what you want to see for the new season.
Yeah. 10-second advice. I forgot.
My 10-second piece of advice is always carry a reusable bag with you in your tote bag or in the bag that you have. Because nowadays in New York, I don't know about other states, you don't really get free bags anymore. And when you go grocery shopping, when you have your old smelly gym clothes, when you just got to carry like some library books, you got to have an extra bag for that.
Yeah,
you also have one of those foldable like bags that fit into a bagoo.
You're a bagoo. My time advice is if you're someone that's been wanting like some like comfier lounge wear, you know, like Target has like a good selection of like oversized,
no shit,
like slightly oversized hoodies and sweatpants.
Everyone knew this. No, he's hurt.
Well, for the people that don't, you know, like, especially the fellas, you know, life is easy for the girls, but for the fellas that are a little oddly shaped, they got some good loungewear for y'all. Cheap, affordable, make it happen. That's all we got. Hope you enjoyed. And
we love you guys.
Welcome us back, and you'll be seeing a lot of us.
More guest episodes.
Future.
We love you. Allah Hafiz.